BlackBerry's Torch and the iPhone 4 are often grabbing headlines, but buzz is now building around a new, soon-to-be-released smartphone. So how could this new entry affect that market? Joining me is tech expert Mark Saltzman with the answer to that question and more.
Hey, Marcia.
Hello, Mark. So there's a major player swinging back into the smartphone space. It's going to be coming up later this year, available later this year. But you have an exclusive sneak peek for us, and it comes with bodyguards tonight.
That's right. And you're not kidding. We actually have two escorts from Microsoft here.
Yeah.
You're referring to Windows Phone 7. This is Microsoft's foray into the smartphone space again. This is like a refresh, if you will, going right after, you know, the likes of BlackBerry and Android and Apple with their iPhone with a beautiful interface and some really cool bells and whistles. So I've got a Samsung prototype here that I promise would not leave their site. They're standing right over there. So take a look at this. I'll give you a quick and dirty walkthrough of what makes this cool. So first off, it's called the start screen or your home page, and it's got something called live tiles. So you can, at a glance, see information about your friends, you can see photos, and as you can see, that user interface is just so graceful. You just use your fingertip to glide. I tap one friend, and I've got all of their contact information consolidated. Their tweets from Twitter, their Facebook profile update, their email, their phone number, all, again, shown in an elegant way, as you can see here. Then we'll go back to the start page and tap on Xbox. You can play games on this, continue it on your Xbox. Back at home, you can compete against your friends. Oh, and get this. If you're looking for something quickly, you tap the Bing tab, and you can then do a quick search either by, and like all other phones, it has that built-in accelerometer, so you can choose the orientation. You can type what you're looking for, like let's say sushi for a restaurant, or you can tap the microphone button and speak what you're looking for. So it's a really great little operating system, and there's going to be a lot of relationships, Samsung, LG, HTC, and others. So watch for that by the holidays.
Okay, it is back to school time, and Leapfrog has just launched its latest educational system for grade school kids. It's the Leapster Explorer. Tell us about that.
Sure. So Leapfrog has been around for a long time with their edutainment products that fuse education and entertainment. This is their latest. It's an $80 handheld device called the Leapster Explorer. It's similar to the former Leapster in that it's a Game Boy, if you will, with educational content. But not only does it play cartridges that you may have already invested in the past, but you connect this to your computer to download new games from the internet, and that's new. So much like an app store, it's got educational titles. So it teaches math. There's the cartridge, by the way, if you have the older ones. There's the slot there on top. But it's got lots of built-in memory, so you can put in, so you can connect it, and it's already downloaded and built right in. You don't have to keep all those cartridges in a little Ziploc bag. And of course, as you can see here, it teaches math and spelling and reading and colors, depending on the age of the child. So there's more than 40 of those downloadable apps already. There's the support for the cartridges. So I think Leapfrog is expecting big things from this new product out now in Canada.
Do you know what age range that would be for?
Yeah, so it's really from preschool, so
okay.
JK, all the way up to grades 4 or 5. There's going to be content, and each game, by the way, is scalable, so you've got the right questions depending on the age. That's a good question.
Okay, grade 4 or 5. Now, anyone who sends an email prematurely or accidentally has experienced sender's remorse, and now there are a couple of ways to retrieve the email before it's too late. Tell us about what is out there now.
Sure. So Google's Gmail now lets you pull an email back that you really didn't want to send. You've got 30 seconds to do so. There was an announcement a few months ago where it was a 5-second period, but that's obviously a little too short. So now you've got a half a minute. If you send something to somebody that you really wish you didn't, maybe you said it in a fit of passion, or you're upset at somebody, or you realize you sent the confidential email to the wrong person, you can now pull it back. Plus, along with that, is a Canadian company. This product is called Tone Check, and it's a free download for Microsoft Outlook that will determine the tone of your email and ask you before you send it, is this what you meant to say? Maybe it was sarcasm, maybe there was lots of exclamation points and you really, it's maybe not too professional. So it assesses your words before you send it. There's an algorithm that reads your language and tries to get you to look at it twice before you send it. And that's happened to everybody. To me, Marcia, I always use that auto-complete. So if I type in Marcia, it may send an email to another Marcia because I didn't check that it wasn't you. It filled in another last name, and this is something I need, so I hope our viewers get some value out of that.
I'm sure they will. And as you say, a lot of emails get sent in the in a fit of passion or rage that I'm sure many people regret, but usually the next day not 30 seconds later.
True.
All right, it's mailbag time, and our Vijin from Toronto is asking, I hear there's a way you can fill up your iPod with music for free. Is this legal?
So, all right. So he is referring to products such as iFill that there's a free demo where you can fill up your iPod for free, or you can pay $20 after that week and use it forever. And the way that iFill works is that you connect your iPod, and it doesn't work with all iPods, but let's say you've got a shuffle, and you synchronize it with your computer, and you leave it on overnight. And you determine through iFill what music you like the best, say alternative rock or hip-hop or reggae, and it downloads and fills up your iPod for free overnight. Now, it is legal because what it is doing is recording streaming radio stations. There aren't DJs and there usually aren't commercials, so it's not the best quality, but if you want a different playlist to wake up to every morning, this is a great solution, and I've tried it out. It creates a little playlist on your iPod called iFill, and again, all the kinds of music that you determine that you like, fills it up, doesn't even put it on your hard drive, goes directly to the iPod. It's a great little product. iFill.twosailors.net, and it is legal.
That's a great question. Good answer. Mark Saltzman, thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
You got it. Thanks, Marcia.